We miss you, baby. And we won't stop. Cause we can't stop. That's right. We miss you, baby.
Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a
Until next week's Pick of the Pops plays top 20s from 1969 and 1978. Puff Daddy and Faith Evans are number one this date in 1997 with I'll Be Missing You. Dermot at Glasgow is next.
This is Radio 2 on BBC Sounds.
And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. Reports from Russia suggest that Wagner mercenaries are advancing towards Moscow under fire from forces loyal to the Kremlin. President Putin says an armed mutiny is underway, threatening the country's future. Wagner fighters, led by Mr. Putin's former chief, Yevgeny Prigozhin, have seized the city of Rostov, where the Russian command centre for its war in Ukraine is based. Mr. Prigozhin is angry with Russia's military chiefs over their handling of the invasion. He rejected the charges of treason made against him by Vladimir Putin.
The president is deeply mistaken with regard to the betrayal of the motherland. We are patriots of our homeland. We fought and are fighting, all the fighters of PMC Wagner, and no one is going to turn themselves in at the request of the president, the FSB, or anyone else. We do not want the country to live on in corruption, deceit and bureaucracy.
President Zelensky says the situation is a sign of Russian weakness. Our World Affairs correspondent Andrew Harding has been speaking to Ukrainian soldiers in the eastern Donbass region about the chaos unfolding in Russia.
If their enemy is divided and presumably quite demoralised by what's going on back in Russia, then that can only help the Ukrainians. But I also heard expressions of concern, real concern, from people who say, look, if the Kremlin is cornered or divided, then who knows what could happen. Perhaps they could try and trigger some kind of nuclear accident in Ukrainian-occupied territory. There's a power plant there and so on.
Here, the government's been holding a meeting of its emergency committee, Cobra, to discuss the events in Russia. Rishi Sunak says he's monitoring the situation and has urged both sides to avoid civilian casualties.